What is going on, guys? Cody with Panda Bass Fishing. Thank you for tuning in to another video. Today I'm continuing my public service announcement / or backslash, I don't really know. Public service announcement dash, is it a hyphen? Public service announcement / self-motivator speaker videos. I'm like Tony Robbins. I'm like the Tony Robbins of the bass fishing world.
Devils, come out! What the hell are you doing, banana hands?
That's not true at all. But today I'm going to be talking about adapting on the water. And again, and you guys are going to be like, didn't we just see this video? Yeah, you did. No, not really. I'm going to talk about adapting on the water, and again, I'm going to use a fishing trip that you guys didn't even see. So actually, this isn't like the last video I did, my public service announcement / Tony Robbins guy video. You didn't see that video, and I'm gonna tell you why right now. So, if you guys follow us on Instagram, you saw something that looked like this. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am out here on Percy Priest Lake, Middle Tennessee, just south of Nashville. I'm going to be fishing with Brent from Inland Bait Company again today. Also, right now, Paul is fishing a tournament back in California. They're on San Vicente down near San Diego, so everyone go wish him good luck in the comments below. Let him know you're thinking about him. He's going to try to get 5 fish in this cold winter tournament. Their water's been heating up back there, so they might be seeing some pre-spawn fish moving up. Here it is really cold. It's 23 degrees, so me and Brent probably going to have another knockdown drag out day. Hopefully not. Hopefully maybe it's a little better, but we had a real cold snap the last couple days, so wish us luck. Videos to come. See you later, guys. Now, what that was me getting in my car at the butt crack of dawn to drive 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes to Percy Priest Lake, just outside of Nashville, to fish with our homeboy Brent, owner of Inland Bait Company. Again, right here, boom. That was my intro. So that was my in-car intro to let you guys know that I was headed there to do some fishing. And I told you in that video that you just saw, video would come soon. If I didn't tell you, it was in the description on Instagram, you saw. Now, why didn't you see that video? Well, I'm here to tell you. You didn't see that video. Porque, that's because...
Sorry, I don't know that.
We didn't catch any fish. We spent, I don't know, the better part of 6 or 7 hours on Percy Priest Lake outside of Nashville. And not only didn't catch any fish, I don't think we got a bite. I'm not even sure that a crappie wasn't nibbling on a drop shot, which almost happens every single time I fish. Like, almost like every 10 casts. I don't even think I got that. Why I want to talk about adapting? Well, let's break this down. This is my example. As I said before, you're gonna get tired of me saying that. We get there. Brent, Inland Baits, was actually sponsoring a kayak tournament that was going on out of the same marina we launched from. It was like 15 kayak tournament, relatively small, local club, and they were going out of there. On the north or south side, I don't know where I'm at, of the lake, far on the other end of the lake, big lake, miles for sure, there was an ABA tournament going on. Lots of boats. I think probably close to 50, maybe 40, somewhere in there. Now, this is a big lake, so the pressure and other boats, other boaters and other fishermen was not a problem. You're going to see why I'm using these in a second. That kayak tournament was going on where we launched. That day, we didn't make a big run. Okay, we stayed probably within a couple miles, maybe a mile or two. We made a 1.5 mile run. Okay, when we launched, the water was dirty. Okay, we were post front. It was cold. It was probably 30 degrees when I got there, maybe a little less. I can't remember. Water temp was good though, because the water was so dirty. I mean, we're talking 6 inches of visibility at best. Chocolate milk. Bluebird skies and post front. We had a huge storm go through. Huge. A winter storm go through is about 2 or 3 days long. It just hammered Tennessee. And it was the day after that. It was like the first clear day, and it was completely clear. Bluebird skies. So, bluebird skies, freezing cold. Water temperatures were warm because the water was dirtier, really dirty. They were in the low 50s, 51, 52. I think we even saw 55 in a couple cuts. But, and post front. We threw everything at them that day. I started out throwing a red, flat-sided square bill, the Ots Garage actually, in red craw. I threw that. I switched up because the water was so dirty that those don't have beads in them. They don't have rattles. So I went to like a KVD 2.5 and chartreuse black, and I threw that for a while. Nothing. Threw around. He was throwing an Alabama rig, which in dirty water, not the best thing, but it is big. It's got a little thump from those Kitex, or he wasn't using Kitex because he was using his own baits from those swim baits. He threw a jerk bait. I mean, we threw everything at him that day, guys, except for one thing that I'm pretty sure would have worked, and another idea I had that would have worked. So we fished around, and we started making a run, and we noticed that the water was getting clearer the farther north or south, I don't really remember which direction it was, away we got from the marina we were at. The water was getting clearer. Now all of a sudden, we stopped at one spot and fished for a while that had like 1.5 feet, maybe even 2 feet. And we ran a little farther north, and all of a sudden it was definitely 2 feet. Knowing that, we were like, we really just didn't want to make the run all the way to clearer water. We thought we could get bit staying in the dirtier water because it was warmer. Just thinking that the water being warmer, those fish would hold there. Obviously, we're gonna have to throw something to make some noise, dark colors or very bright colors, white and chartreuse or black, June bug, stuff like that. So we decided not to make the run farther north. We decided to stay in the dirtier water, on the cleaner side of the dirtier water, and try to get some bites, thinking that the warmer water would make these fish start to move up. We thought we could at least get some reaction bites. Well, let me tell you, that never happened. So if we were gonna make that decision, which we did, to stay there in the dirtier water, and that was our decision we were gonna make, we needed to adapt to that dirty water. And we did. We did make a pretty good attempt at it. Like I said, I went from that flat-sided to something that had a little more wobble, through a little more water, that was chartreuse and black, that had rattles, something that made a little bit more noise, and still got nothing. One thing that totally escaped me that day, and this is part of adapting and also focus, like the last video I kind of had on my Tony Robbins series. Why didn't I throw a vibrating jig? Why didn't I think about pulling out a white and chartreuse, or a white chatterbait, vibrating jig, whatever you want to call it, thunder cricket, lightning horse, whatever they call them now? Why didn't I pick one of those up? It's perfect. That's got the most vibration of probably any bass lure. And I have them in white, and I have them in white and chartreuse. I have them in black. Why didn't I throw that? I had a perfect rod for it too. Looking back now, I should have thought about that. Being the advanced professional bass angler that I am.
What the fuck?
Bug. I should have thought and adapted to that muddy water better. Do I think we could have put fish in the boat that day if I would have, used my head and adapted to what I was thrown at better and put on a vibrating jig? I think we would have had a better shot. I could have covered a lot of water, like I was with the crankbaits, with something that put off a lot more vibration, and something that, and it's a bigger profile even, with that skirt. Bass in colder water will move farther for a bait that they think is worth it. So I think that was really the go. Now, I mentioned before the 2 tournaments and why I think that's relevant. The kayak tournament that I mentioned was going on out of the marina that we fished at, those guys don't move far, right? They don't get super far away from where they launch, especially because I think they were only doing like 4 hours. So we get back to the bank We get back to the marina, and these guys, I think there's 15 kayakers. One kayak guy in the tournament caught fish. And when I say he caught fish, he caught a fish. So 15 kayakers in that dirty water, not far from where we launched. Only one of them caught one fish. At the other end of the lake, where the ABA tournament was going on, they caught him pretty good. The guy that won he's a guide on that lake. I'm not saying that's why he won, because that can get thrown out the window real fast on any given bass fishing day. But he caught him on an Alabama rig, on an A rig, and way up north. So I know he was in clear water, so I know that water continued to get clearer up there. And he caught like a 20-pound bag. I think it was like 20 and some change. 20-pound bag. I think his kicker was like a 4 or 5. Like a 5.5 or 6. I don't know. I can't remember. Regardless, they caught fish up there. Now, we didn't really want to make the long run because it was freezing, and because we really thought we could make it work, and it didn't. We should have adapted better. We should have been like, look, if we want this fishing day to go, we know that we can get bit in clear water, even if it's cold. We should have adapted better. We both were dressed perfectly warm. We could have made the run. We could have made the run up north, found the cleaner water, and slowed down. I could have pulled out my trusty dusty drop shot and probably caught a fish or two. You know, we could have probably caught some on that red Otts Garage. Probably could have caught some on a vibrating jig even, which we didn't throw. Did I mention that? He definitely could have caught some on an Alabama rig. Probably could have caught some on jerk baits, because the water temperature up there apparently was still in the low 50s. Like, those fish were probably moving up. Those fish were ready to rock. We probably could have had a better day if we would have adapted. But we were, I don't want to say lazy. We just had a thought in mind that we were going to run, and did, but it didn't work. You have to be willing to change what you go to the lake thinking you're going to do. Or even the decision early on that you make that, hey, we're gonna stay right here or in this area, and we're gonna grind it out in this dirty water. You gotta be able to change that decision after an hour and a half or 2 hours with nothing. We could have adapted. We could have adapted the conditions we were given us. Now, really, I mean, worst case scenario. Worst conditions imaginable, if you've seen that movie.
Okay, so the scariest environment imaginable.
Owen Wilson says it.
Thanks. That's all you gotta say. Scariest environment imaginable.
I mean, like I said, post front, cold, dirty water. I mean, completely dirty. Did I mention post front? Yes, I did. Bluebird skies. We had bad conditions, but if we would have adapted, we could have been faced with better conditions. We could have had at least cleaner water. We would have still been bluebird skies and post front, but we could have at least finesse fished, because there's no finesse fishing in dirty water, really. I mean, you're gonna throw a drop shot, you better land that, you better basically have a bass that's sitting on something, because in dirty water, we know bass like to get near something that makes them feel comfortable. Like, you better be on a stick, and you better cast your drop shot to that stick, and that bass better have his mouth open, ready to catch it, because finesse fishing, slow fishing with small baits and light line in dirty water is almost impossible. Not impossible, because it works, you get lucky sometimes, but it's extremely hard to do when you have 0 to 6 inches visibility. I'm talking chocolate milk. So, adapt. Don't be scared to abandon the game plan you had going into the day. I've talked about that before too. You haven't sunk any money or anything into this game plan. Like, you're not waging a bet, I don't think. Change it up, adapt. You don't have to do that, especially in a tournament situation for you guys. I know there's a lot of you guys, weekend guys that fish tournaments and stuff. That's one thing you can't do in a tournament. You can't get fixated on one thing you're going to do and power through and expect to win or be in the money with that kind of attitude of not wanting to adapt, because unless that is the pattern that you are telling yourself that's what you're doing all day, you're going to grind it out. Unless that's the pattern that's going to work that day, you're kind of out of luck, my man. Sure, you might pull in a few fish, getting lucky, but if you had adapted, focused, saw what's going on, changed it up, made a move, you could have had a great day. Just some things to think about, guys. I don't know if I'm going to do any more of my super inspirational videos like this, but it was something that I was kind of humbled with the last few fishing trips I've been on, because got my ass handed to me. Caught one fish, Then the next one, didn't catch any fish. And you Monday morning quarterback and you realize things you should have done. I just want to kind of give you guys that ammunition of the things you should have done before you get there, or as you're there, so you have the time to drop that magazine and reload the things you should be doing and make a move, kill it. So that's it for the day. I'm not going to bore you guys anymore with my jibber jabber, but I do need you to do something. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, comment below, let me know that I'm terrible and I should never be a motivational speaker, or let me know that I'm awesome and I should seek that as my job for the rest of my life. I think Tony Robbins, I can make a run for him. Now, also, I need to talk to you guys. Inland Baits. If you haven't, check them out. New sponsor to the channel, fairly new now. Brent's an awesome guy. He pours all these himself, does all the colors himself. He will do custom colors for you. All you guys gotta do is email him when you get to the website. He'll pour whatever you want, and believe me, he loves that shit. So, he loves doing custom colors, so you guys need that. Check him out, www.inlandbaits.com, or check him out on our Instagram. In our bio, the link's there, boom, Inland Baits. Also, I say it every time, guys need to be healthy on the water. I know I'm not the poster boy for being healthy, you know, but we try to be, and you should be. That being said, don't eat cheeseburgers, don't eat chips and gross stuff when you're standing on a boat not doing anything. Look, let me tell you guys, those casts are not physical enough for you to say that you're worked out that day. So that being said, you need to eat healthy while you're on the water. That being said, Bag of Bowl beef jerky, best jerky on the planet. I guarantee it. It's delicious, great flavors, and you can get some money off. DP10 at checkout, bagofbowl.com, or Instagram in our bio. Take you right to it. Get your jerky. Now, I forgot, Inland Baits, I can save you money there too. When you're checking out Inland Baits, promo code DP20, that gets you 20% off, 20% off your soft plastics orders. Use it, go check them out, they're great baits. We wouldn't take on a sponsor we didn't believe in. You guys want to see something cool? Never mind, you disappeared. I don't have anything for you. I know. Psych. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Till next time, I'll see you later.